So today I'm going to talk about IPv6 and DNSSEC. So a little bit about CIRA. Basically, we do three things at CIRA. We run the .ca registry. We run the .ca top-level domain name infrastructure. And the third thing that we do, and we're starting to do more recently, is to do good things for the internet. So part of this is to promote digital literacy, Canadian Internet Forum that we're hosting. We're promoting IPv6, DNSSEC, and well, I guess for these two things, we're just starting to do that. You're going to hear more and more about CIRA on the IPv6 and DNSSEC promotion. And the other thing we're going to be working more on in the future is going to be Canadian Internet Exchange points. So part of our strategy is to try to grow that in Canada and make it, to grow the footprint for IXPs. At CIRA, we adopted IPv6. So we started this in January of this year. We didn't have any IPv6 infrastructure whatsoever. And our goal was the IPv6 World Day. And the first thing we did is go out and figure out who in Canada knows IPv6 and how can we deploy that for production. And we bought a bunch of books, 1,000-page books. It didn't really help. We found a couple of companies in Canada, consulting companies, that help us put a plan in place to get to be IPv6 ready. And part of that is you need to do research internally, you need training, you need to educate your people on V6. The key thing was an IPv6 readiness assessment. So they came in, they looked at all the infrastructure, figured out what's V4, what's not what's V6, and what doesn't support V6. And so we had a plan on what we had to upgrade to do V6, and it wasn't that much. A lot of this gear we had did support V6. The key thing was the objectives. A lot of people think that they want to go V6, they got to put everything V6. You don't do everything, you just need to have key things that you need to make V6 enabled. And then the rest is we did a standard project plan, we deployed, put it in production, and it worked. So we didn't do a migration to V6, we didn't transition to V6, we coexist V4 and V6 together. So the objective for June 8 was to get our web content enabled. So basically, if you want to be part of the internet and be V6 on the internet, you need to have your web presence V6 enabled. That's the big thing for an enterprise to do. So we got that done. And internally, what we did is corporate infrastructure. We have every single user at CIRA, their desktop are all dual stack with V4 and V6. So we can surf the internet natively on a day-to-day basis with V6. And our web presence is V6. The back-end infrastructure, the financial system, and all of that, that's going to be on V4 for a while. But today we are, I can say 100% V6 for the purpose of participating in the internet. So you can try it on the URL. So part of their objective for to go V6 is a lot of people, like Google, they went in for a day, they just tried it on. Our deployment was a permanent deployment. We had to build a couple of, we had a few challenges. So we had to develop architecture guidelines for V6. And this is the list. So we kept V4 as is, we didn't touch any of it. Every system that did V6 is dual stack. If they didn't support dual stack, we changed it and put something new. No tunneling inside the enterprise, so we disabled all that stuff on all the laptops. Everywhere we could, we turned disabling tunneling off. We had a challenge finding IPv6 transit natively. We had a lot of ISPs that we use in Canada for our infrastructure, and we didn't want to get new circuits with V6, so we did a lot of back and forth with the vendors to get dual stack transit, and we managed to get that. One of our ISPs said they're going to provide V6 for one day. And we said, no, we needed more than one day. So we're still on V6 with that ISP. We didn't do, the biggest bullet to bite was NAT. A lot of people, if you have V4, you NAT V4 when you go out on the internet. V6 is not native, you have to go native. So when you can accept that, then I guess you can do v6. And the other thing we built is a security template. So we have a security office, and we needed to develop an IPv6 security policy. That policy did not exist anywhere. We couldn't find templates. So we built one. It's available on our website, and that's something we should put on the do. So it's a policy and a presentation to explain how to set up your firewall for v6 for the enterprise. So that worked out good. It works. On the day-to-day, most of the sites we use, we can go there v6 native. You know, a lot of people say it's old stuff. I say it's new. It works. Let's make it work in Canada. We have to think globally. A lot of new users on the internet are going to be v6, so we need to support v6 in our infrastructure to be part of the global internet. So the internet is not just v4 or v6. The internet is v4 and v6, so you need to support both. I have a copyright on that. DNSSEC, well, that was built by popular heads, I guess. It's very technical if you want to implement that, but it works. I won't go into detail. Joe already talked about how it works. But basically today with DNSSEC enables you to make sure that where you go is really where you want to go. So you can have a little green thing like this that the Czech people built. It's an add-on, and it tells you that, yes, you actually made it to the right site. So there's no spoofing. DNSSEC works for that. I guess the main thing about DNSSEC is about innovation. A lot of people are focusing on why DNSSEC should not work. We need to focus on why it should work. Today, Dane, we talked a bit about that. It enables SSL cert to be validated through DNSSEC. But this is a new technology that you can leverage. You can, as ISPs, you could resell certs and use DNSSEC to validate that. You could sell .ca domains with DNSSEC and charge more for that. And there's reasons for that, because there might be issues around supporting it, might cost you more, but I think there's a good business case in promoting DNSSEC. So it's a new technology, but it's a lot of work. We've been at it at CIRA for implementing DNSSEC for about a year now. In January of this year, we're going to have our zone signed. We're going to run that for a couple of months. We're going to make sure that our internal processes are good. Well, they have to be excellent to support DNSSEC. And then once we're sure that we did it right internally, then we'll go live in March timeframe. And I'm not doing this just for fun. So.